may program ni siya sa aton diri sa DYPS yan, no, financial fitness. Kag kanami gid kay damo niya pa or niya sa huge background yan sa financial management and financing. Kag ang aton nga get sa sini nga aga is certified financial advisor, financial planner. So gina-welcome naton sa aton program si Sir David Angway. Sir David, good morning po.
Thank you again for having me, Leia, and good morning to all those people who are currently watching right now.
Yes, sir. We are excited to have you today sa ating program Real Time. So, kamusta na, Sir David?
Well, I'm doing pretty good right now, and obviously everybody's celebrating because we actually captured a gold. All right, 2 gold medals and at the same time bronze na rin so far, no? So everybody's cheering up right now. So, and that's the main reason why I'm so excited to talk to you about this one, Leia, kasi timely to. Pero hindi ito parating pinag-uusapan, di ba?
Yes, Sir David. And yun rin yung namin yung inaasahan ngayon, no? Ngayong umaga sa ating interview na on that side, no, ng mga professional athletes, paano ba yon na or ano ba yung ginagawa nila when it comes sa kanilang finances, knowing na may 2 gold na tayo with Carlos Yulo, and of course may 2 bronze na rin.
2 na pala. Okay, that's really good.
Nesty Peticio and si Ira Villegas. Sir,
Wow.
I believe na yun yung pinag-uusapan ngayon sa social media, sir, no?
Actually, yung financial management, ano yun napaka-complicated niyan to some people. Pero I'll make it very simple right now. Okay? So, syempre, madaming ibibigay, right? Directly sa mga medallion awarding nga natin, kumbaga. Pero, not all people are actually getting that one. Diba? So, let's say, for example, why is financial management important sa mga professional na atleta? Well, number 1, kasi they have a very short stint. Ibig sabihin, Leia, and to all those people who are listening right now, bihira ka makakita ng athlete na 30 years. Very few people can actually stand the test of time. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na father time, ika nga. Yung father time, bibigay at bibigay ang katawan mo. At ang puhunan mo is yung katawan mo. Every single day, you're training. Every single day, you're actually very disciplined. Pero, ang katawan natin, hindi yan designed to overstretch every single day. Diba? Yung kay Carlos Yulo, he started, let's say for example, mga around 10 years old, 11 years old. Right now, 24 na siya. We don't expect him to go directly and be a gymnast pagdating pa rin ng 31, 32, 33, and 34. Sobrang tagal nun, and it can lead to more injuries. That's the main reason why financial management is really the key, dahil mas maaga kang magre-retire at this point in time. Kaya nga, kung hindi ka magpaplano, Leia, ang mga professional na atleta natin, mas lalo silang magiging broke ikang. Baka yung pinanalunan, ito yung pinaka-worst case scenario, Leia. Lahat ng napanalunan mong medalya, baka mamaya, maibenta mo rin directly sa mai-auction mo dahil hindi mo nakaya yung mismo management ng pera, dahil syempre, Leia, di ba, araw-araw naman may gastusin tayo, di ba? Ang mga atleta natin hindi rin naman nalalayo sa atin. Every single day kailangan nila mag-training. Pangalawa, what if walang training? Sino yung mga pwede nilang pakainin? Meron yung mga coaches. Kaya medyo komplikado. Kaya kung hindi ka magpaplano, baka mamaya ang ending natin is yung 10 years mo na napalalunan, na supposedly na budget mo, baka tumagal lang yan mga 2 years or 3 years dahil ubos biyaya tayo.
Thank you for that reality check, Sir David, no? Now, aside from finances na touch niyo rin yung health, of course, na tama yan, kahit any field na naman siguro, sir, hindi tayo tatagan or lahat tayo
Yes.
but ang ating focus po ngayon, no, kasi we need to share itong mga important information on paano ba talaga yung mga athletes nag-handle ng kanilang finances or paano ba to talaga yung may mga tips mamaya kayo na ibibigay. So sir, can you share to us ano ba kaimportante para sa mga professional athletes talaga yung financial management na tinatawag?
Well, importante siya dahil dapat nakafocus ka sa training. Pero before ka mag-financial management, I believe meron ka munang dapat people management, mapagkakatiwalaan. Okay? So syempre, Leia, we want to make sure na every earnings natin, we will be a good steward. Ika nga. So ngayon, how can we be a good steward kung unang-una sa lahat, hindi mapagkakatiwalaan yung mga tao sa paligid natin, di ba? Kaya nga, unang-una sa lahat, kung ikaw ay isang professional na atleta, with 12 years of my training, I spoke to tons of sports people, at ang una nilang ginagawa is mag-hire sila ng either lawyer, okay? Risk management yan for them. Pangalawa, financial advisor or financial planner, kasi dapat meron silang magandang plano. Pangatlo, accountant. Dahil hindi pwedeng basta-basta lumalabas ng ang pera. Dahil ang resources nga natin, I believe this is actually a really good saying we don't know what the future holds for me, but I know who holds the future. This is actually God, di ba? Si God talaga yung ultimate resource natin. Pero yung resource natin, hindi naman unlimited, hindi naman limitado yan right now. Kaya kung ikaw ay isang atleta, unang-una sa lahat, mag-hire ka. Sir, masyado atang mahal yan. Hindi. Meron tayong tinatawag na, unang-una sa lahat, yung, ang tawag nito, minimal fee. Okay, for that one. Para bang retainer's fee. Every month, nagbabayad ka. Parang subscription lang. Leia, parang subscription. Parang Netflix lang yan or Spotify lang yan. Binabayaran mo sila because of their advice para ang ending is hindi mawawala yung mga perang in-earn mo or yung mismong perang nasa iyo pa right now. Kaya ganun dapat people management turn into financial management na tinatawag, di ba? Syempre, Leia, ang mga atletang Pilipino, syempre, very close ties tayo sa ating mga kapamilya, right? And then, syempre, kailangan, and then tayo rin ay, ang culture natin is malapit tayo sa mga breadwinner, di ba? Breadwinner talaga, ate, kuya, and all. So ngayon, I highly recommend para mawala yung conflict of interest na tinatawag sa ating mga atletang Pinoy is mag-hire ka ng mga tao na willing o tumulong sa'yo na professional din. Leia, ito yung pinaka na natutunan ko Professional athletes must actually hire professional people in their field din. Para yung serbisyo na makukuha nila is hindi putyo-putyo or di kaya mediocre lang. Kasi syempre, nag-training ka for about 1 year, nanalo ka, and then mawawala na lang bigla yung iyong kaperahan. That's a very sad thing para maiwasan yung mga away, alam mo yun, maiwasan yung mga, syempre tayo, ang tawag nito, magkaroon ng masakit na mga salita and all, di ba? Kasi yung mismong professional na yun, okay, accountant, financial planner, advisor, will deal with your family members din. Ayun, di ba? So, those are probably mga tips ko para maiwasan yung malaking gap within you and your family members in terms of money rin.
So, yun pala yung important, sir, no? Malaking tulong yon para sa mga professional athletes natin.
Mm-hmm.
And yung sir, kailan ba, when a professional athlete, kailan ba siya mag-start na kukuha siya ng mga, sinabi niya na lawyer, financial planner, accountant, at iba pa yung mga importanteng tao.
Okay.
So, natutulong sa kanya.
Okay.
Ganun ba to? Kasi yung wala pa yung, halimbawa, wala pa yung mga gold, mga
Mhm.
So, kailan ba yun?
Ganito. Siyempre, very small lang ang mismong tinatawag natin na yung circle ng mga atleta. Di ba? May mga kakilala yan at the end of the day. So you can go and simply approach itong mga coaches mo, mga trainers, mga sponsors, because these people know somebody who knows somebody. Di ba? Kaya nga tinatawag na sino bang pwede mong ma-recommend na magaling, na maayos, na mura right now, na affordable so far, para ang ending is you will be able to get the service ahead of time before ka manalo ng mga ganitong medalya. Kasi nga, remember this one, Leia, everything that you're doing as an atleta or as an athlete, merong side of the business yan. Hindi lang yan para sa bayan, but also para rin sa sarili mo. Dahil sooner or later, merong mga mag-a-approach sa'yo. Siyempre, Leia, di ba? You need to be aware na merong mga legal implication, merong mga sponsorships. That's the main reason why kailangan mo ng mga attorney para mag-guide sa'yo na, okay, can you double check my what do you call this one? My contract before ako mag-sign dito, baka mamaya this is totally against me or medyo logi ako, then mado-double check mo na yan. Kasi baka, let's say for example, 10 years, nandirito ka lang, dapat, tapos ganito lang yung mako-compensate mo, ganito lang yung makukuha mong sponsors. What will happen kapag wala kang lawyer at the end of the day? Marami kang blind spots. Right now, kahit hindi ka atleta, to be honest, as a professional, let's say for example, you're working, empleyado ka, you need to also be guided with legal implications na kapag nag-sign ako ng kontrata dito, ito yung magiging pros and cons ng aking magiging decision right now. Kaya, ahead of time, you ask people, syempre, alam ko, focus ka with the training, pero you know what? Meron akong mga seminars wherein I talk directly to people from the sports community. Sinasabi ko talaga sa kanila, you pick those 3 people and it can help you live a better life. Kumbaga, kung gusto mo ng peace of mind, definitely, meron ka dapat 3 friend na ganito. So, before ka manalo ng mga medallion pa, ng mga medals and all, you look for these types of people na kaya yung mga nakikinig right now, I hope that you're learning so far.
Wow, yes. Napakayaman po ng mga information na ibinabahagi niyo ngayon sa aming Sir David. And medyo nagka-clear na rin, no? Yung on that side, no, sa finances ng mga or ginagawa ng mga athletes sa kanilang mga finances. So, ano po ba yung mga common na mga challenges na hinaharap ng ating mga athletes when it comes sa kanilang finances?
Okay, good question yan. Akala ng mga nanonood sa atin, usually, ang mga athletes meron niyang certain na sahod all the time. Pero honestly, wala. Okay? Meron, nakadepende yan sa mga sponsors. Along the way, habang hindi pa sila nananalo, yung mga sponsors are actually the ones sustaining their day-to-day living. Without the sponsor, ang ating mga atletang Pilipino, walang nakukuha. Kaya, aside from the training, iniisip rin nila yung finances nila. Paano ako magte-train kung wala naman ako pamasahe papunta doon? Wala akong area kung saan ako pwede mag-train. Akala nila, mag-show up lang sila doon and then all the facilities are already good. Hindi. Kay number 1, sponsors are actually the one feeding them, giving them more opportunity. Kaya, kapag meron silang mga ganong sponsors, talagang very tight yung ating mga atletang Pinoy. So, meron tayong mga kakilala, pero nagsa-side hustle after the training, Leia. Imaginein mo 8 hours na nagte-train siya for the SEA Games and at the same time for the Olympics. And then dahil walang gaanong sponsors, ang nangyayari ay kailangan niyang sumideline pa. Kasi kung wala siyang sideline, gutom sila. And that's the main reason why we need, financial planning, budgeting. Actually, I highly recommend at least mga around 2 or 3 other income stream para ang ending is sustainable ka. Kasi kung hindi ka sustainable, hindi lang yung family mo yung umaasa sa'yo. Kung ang family mo is well off, di that's good. Pero karamihan, at least 90% of our athletes right now are not from the well-off or does not coming from the well-off family. So ngayon, talagang chip in talaga sila. Meron akong mga narinig, Leia. Yung family niya donated tons of money directly sa kanya para lang makapag-train siya. Dahil wala nang sponsors. Kaya ito, budgeting is the key. Hindi applicable right now yung 70, 30, and 10 kasi wala kang gaanong nasisave. Pero ang pinakamaganda dito is ang pagiging atleta. Katulad nila Carlos Yulo, nila Miss Ira, ni Miss Nesty, meron tayong tinatawag na economics of scale. They have the opportunity to actually be rich or be wealthy by simply doing 10 years. Okay? 10 years of training. Pero sobrang hindi yun applicable to everybody. Kaya nga, budgeting is the key. Pangalawa, seeking right mentors are the key. Yung mga coaches mo, kailangan mo rin yan bigyan ng cut. Yung mga sponsors mo, kailangan mo rin yung pasalamatan. And then lastly, syempre, nag-invest sa'yo yung mga family members mo. And then nung nanalo ka, it's time to pay back. That's the main reason why kanina, we discussed earlier, those people can help you. Diba? Seek professional advice. May financial advisor ka dapat, meron kang lawyer, meron ka din dapat coaches, para ang ending is, hindi ka ma-overwhelm na mag-decide regarding your personal finance once na nanalo ka na, or kung hindi ka mananalo, nakapag-create ka ulit ng sponsors, di ba? So, budgeting is the key, Leia, to be honest.
So, yung sinabi niyo, sir, kanina, no, meron na siyang good people management, yung may mga sponsors. So, paano ba yung isang atleta can build a strong financial foundation?
Okay. Not all athletes, to be honest, are insurable. Ibig sabihin, they're prone to injuries. And that's the reason why, if you're deciding and looking forward to be an athlete right now, if you want to build a really good financial foundation, you look for ways to be insured in the first place. Bakit? Kasi, ang mga insurance companies right now, meron silang mga provision kung saan kapag athletes ka na or very risky na yung pagiging atleta mo, hindi ka na nila i-cover. Paano kapag na-injured ka? Tanggal ang sponsors. Di ba? Pangalawa, tanggal ang training mo. Pangatlo, yung potential mo na manalo ng any medals will likely to be less na. Kaya, if you want to build your wealth, invest in your health. Pero pwede ka na rin kumuha ng, let's say for example, ng mga health card. Kumuha ka na rin, let's say for example, ng mga insurance plans. Pangatlo, mag-build ka na ng emergency fund. Kasi, not all athletes are capable of, let's say for example, of training every single day. Kasi meron ka pang mga other side hustles, right? Okay? Pang-apat, you start investing na rin. Kung ikaw ay isang atletang Pinoy at kaya mo naman, let's say for example, kung applicable to sa'yo, hindi mag-invest ka na. Let's say for example, kung meron kang magandang sponsors, let's say for example, baka pwedeng bumili ka na ng mga franchise or mga businesses, mga very small lang. Or for some people, wala silang kapasidad para mag-create ng mga businesses, edi you look for a family member who's very professional and then they can take over with the small business. Meron tayong mga kakilala, Lea, dahil very busy sila sa kanilang pagtitraining, ang ginawa nila, yung family member nila, yung mismong take over with the business habang sila ay nagtitraining. Kilala mo naman si Senator Manny Pacquiao, right? Okay, I went directly into Jensen and then I've known a couple of people who's taking over his business right now, managing his business. Bakit? Kasi sobrang busy ni Senator Manny. Diba? With other things, siyempre, itong mga small businesses na to, biruin mo nabigyan mo na ng business yung mga family members mo, nabigyan mo pa sila ng trabaho, kumikita ka rin, hati kayo 50-50. And sooner or later, tingnan mo, Lea, kapag wala ka sa training, edi you're also learning about the business as well. So it's a constant stretching for you. It's a constant growth for you. At ang maganda dito is if ever, sooner or later, God willing, nag-retire ka ng maganda, edi meron ka pang other side hustle or income because habang nagtitraining ka, unti-unti kang nagtatanim After 5 years at nakapag-retire ka ng maganda with your medals, let's say for example, kung wala ka man medals, at least yung mga tinanim mo last 5 years ago is nag-i-start ng mamuha. Kaya na tinatanong nga natin, Lea, may nagtatanong sa atin, Dave, how can you become an overnight success? Actually, ang answer dyan, 12 years of non-stop training. Yun. 12 years? Grabe, ang tagal naman. Exactly. Ang nakikita lang kasi ng ating mga kababayan is yung medal na napanalunan mo. Pero ang hindi nila nakikita is yung 12 years ng training na nadapa ka, na bumangon ka, na nasubsob ka ulit, pero bumangon ka. Di ba? Yun ang hindi natin nakikita. Yung 12 years na behind the scenes. Kaya nga ang tinatawag natin is, if you want to retire right now, keep planting seeds right now. Kasi 5 years from now, give yourself some time. Na 5 years, 7 years from now, di ba, Lea, do you still remember? Like there's this a story in the Bible na 7 years of peace, 7 years of famine. Kung hindi ka nag-ipon during the feast, di ba na 7 years, pagdating ng 7 years of famine, edi, delikado tayo dyan. Kung kani-kanino tayo mangungutang, at baka kapag nabaon pa tayo, doon pa tayo lalong masubsob, di ba? Ayun.
So yun pala yung building strong financial foundation ng para sa mga athletes at para rin ipilit sir para ito sa lahat, no? Parang generic siya na principle.
Mm-hmm.
And so sir, yung titled na mga athletes natin, I mean yung successful sa kanila career or sa kanilang field, paano ba yun, sir? How can they protect ng kanilang wealth?
Okay. If they're gonna be hiring me, this is actually my first advice. All right. So number 1, we put everything into writing. Why? Because things can change, Lea. And that's the main reason why, okay, if and when they receive all this cash, everybody must put these things directly into writing. And then, I will seek more protection from their end. Let's say, for example, I'll make sure to insure them because health is wealth. Because let's say, for example, if I'll go ahead and simply advise these individuals, I'll ask them to seek or look for at least 50 million, up to 100 million, let's say, for example, an insurance plan. Kasi sooner or later, di ba, they will look for that one. And then third, I will advise them to look for a business that they are confident to get into. Bakit? Dahil, unang-una sa lahat, may principle yan. Number 1, wealth accumulation. Alright. Sige, ang tawag nito, wealth accumulation. Number 2, wealth preservation. Number 3, wealth distribution. Itong ating mga batang atleta na ito, they're actually in the wealth accumulation stage. And it should always be constant as long as they're alive. So ngayon, paano natin sila mapapag-accumulate pa? Look for sponsorships. I can guarantee you there will be tons of people or brands who would like to have a dealings with them. So ngayon, I will look for a certain individual or an agent na they will represent all these people. Okay? A professional agent from a PR term or from the PR firm na magpo-protect and magbibuild ng kanilang brand image. Yan, di ba? So, ano yan? Leia, we're no longer thinking about individuality. We're already seeking entrepreneurship here. Kasi if Carlos Yulo is actually a firm already, it's a name already. Di ba? He is already an established name right now at the age of 24. So we need to protect his name. Even Nesty and Miss Ira, I will do everything within my power to seek more brand deals with them. Pero I need to protect their name as much as possible. Kaya nga, mayroon na tayong mga legal advisor for that. Kasi we want to protect their name. Kasi risky yan. I will not allow them to represent a brand that will destroy their name already. Di ba? Second, everything shall be in a contract. Di ba? Everything. A lawyer will help us with that one. Tapos ano pa ba? As a financial advisor, I will always ask them, okay, you need to have a card, okay, health card for the families kasi ayoko na matouch yung, let's say for example, mga pinang-ipunan ko. All right? And then I will also make sure to have an estate planning. Estate planning for some people, medyo ano yan ang tawag nito, nasa wealth distribution stage yan, Leia. Kasi ang syempre meron ng condo units, meron ng house and lots. Anong gagawin natin for the estate planning? Or for some people who are not really familiar with it, ito yung proper way mo to distribute your money while you're still alive and just in case na mategi tayo. Okay? Unfortunately, right? Or di kaya ma-injured tayo. Kailangan natin mag-seek ng sino yung mismong magmamana nito. In case lang. Or di kaya in case na ma-injured ako, who will be the legal person who will make a decision in terms na during the time na na-injured ako. Yan yung mga ganyan. Yung mga potential concerns yan kasi atleta ka. What if, let's say for example, Leia, I'm not pretty sure if you're familiar with this. There's this guy na Superman back then who actually portrayed the Superman and nalaglag siya sa kabayo. Tapos na, what do you call this one? Nabaldado siya. And nakoma din siya ahead of time. Di ba? Before siya mabaldado ng tuluyan. In case na may mangyari sa akin na ganitong mga insidente, who will be the legal person who will take over para, okay, mag-manage ng finances ko? That's actually a part of estate planning. And, ayun nga, since mga bata pa to at not married pa, ano yung mismong saklaw ng magiging decision-making ng aking partner right now? Di ba? May mga ganun tayong aspeto. Kaya, mahalaga na maprotektahan natin, ma-preserve natin, and ma-distribute natin yung mga ari-arian. Okay? Lastly, I'm not pretty sure if some people knew about this. Kobe Bryant. Okay? Kobe Bryant is actually a really good athlete. Okay? Ika nga. And he's actually part ng NBA back then. Sad to say, he passed away way back 2020. Pero imagining mo ito, para sa ating mga atletang Pinoy, you need to double check this one. During the time na atleta pa siya, nag-invest siya ng at least mga around 400 million, yung earnings niya, 400 million sa hindi kilalang brand ng parang, ang tawag nito, energy drink. And then, Leia, believe it or not, yung mismong unknown brand na yun, binili ng Coke for about 1.2 billion. From 400 to 1.2 billion, imaginein mo, nung nawala siya, yung kanyang pamilya, wife niya, yung nagmana ng lahat ng ari-arian for that case because at the end of the day, naging maganda yung estate planning niya na tinatawag. Kaya hindi nagsasuffer yung family members because yung mga taxation naisip na kaagad ng buong team niya. Kaya kung poprotektahan man natin yung iyong mismong ari-arian, you need to hire a professional individual who can take over kasi nga, sabi nga natin Leia, every financial life ng bawat individual, hindi mo pwedeng i-blanket approach yan eh. Uy, bawal ka ng ganito. Uy, bawal ka ng ganyan. Uy, hindi kasi pwedeng gawin mo yun as an advisor. Kailangan malaman mo dapat, alam mo yung mga damit natin, kung ang size ko right now is medium, hindi pwedeng sabihin sa akin ng isang tao na mag-extra small ako. Dahil magmumukha tayong suman. Alright? Di ba? Ganun din sa financial advice natin. Kaya seek a financial advisor near you. And pangalawa, bonus points, kung kaibigan mo na yan, kung may kakilala ka na, di ba? So, ayun. I hope na it answers your question. Although medyo mahaba.
Of course, sir, no? We are inspired na may mga athletes tayo na gano'n. And aside from the mga big names na mention niyo, sir, mayroon ba tayong mga or kilala kayo na mga celebrated na mga professional athletes dito sa Pilipinas na they are good in terms ng kanilang finances?
Okay, I'd like to share with you. I spoke directly with our first ever Olympic gold medalist, Heidelin Diaz. Okay, it's like we had the opportunity to speak to her and then put her directly in the podcast. And then, you know what sabi niya? You know what, Dave? This is actually her message. You know what, Dave? The blessing should not end with me. Kaya nga, nagpapatayo ako ng school. And, believe it or not, this year lang, nag-open up yung school niya that focuses directly with weightlifting. Imaginein mo to. If Heidelin was not really good when it comes to her finances, I can guarantee you, hindi siya makakapag-patayo ng school and hindi niya makukontinue yung legacy. Ang sabi ko, what makes you excited about this school? Kasi she realized na not all people are capable of having a training facility. That's why ang thinking niya is may continuous growth dapat na hindi lang magtatapos sa kanya yung mga blessings na na-receive niya, but also she can use all the money or some portions of the money para mag-create ng another Heidelin Diaz or makapag-create ng better than Heidelin Diaz. That's her mentality, and that's something, you know, it's like I applaud her for having that one. Kasi sabi niya, you know what, the sponsors are not really there all the time. They may come and go. Pero whatever I achieve, God willing, with all the people that supports me, at least I can return the favor to my community. And that's the main reason why she's very happy right now. I believe that she visited the people from the I believe na she visited our Olympians, all right, sa Paris recently, and inspiring them to make a really good move. at the end of the day na hindi nagtatapos sa kanila. The purpose is to inspire the next generations of Olympians na hindi nagtatapos sa kanila. I'd like to applaud si EJ Obiena ng pool what do you call this ones, like ng pool Olympians natin na ang tawag ito, even he finished at the end of the day ng 4th place. Pero he took the leap from 11th place way back 2020 to 4th right now. It was like almost snatch the whole thing. Okay, yung 3rd place natin. Pero you know what? Here's the thing. It's always a continuous growth. Hindi lang nagtatapos yung mismong Olympics after the Olympics. You need to have a constant growth also as well in terms of your money. Kaya nga, remember this one. Hindi nagtatapos to sa'yo. And my encouragement is if you want to be part of the SEA Games, the Olympics, all these mga palarong pambansa, you're training yourself to be highly competitive. And hindi lang yun. Optimize mo rin yung finances mo. Hindi, how can I optimize my finances kung wala pang pera? And I mention these things directly through tons of my videos. Optimize your time. Because if you're familiar with Usain Bolt, he trained for about 10 years to earn at least $10 million in 12 minutes. That's exactly economics of scale. Kaya nga may opportunity ka to have that one. Again, don't focus on the money. Focus on being the best. And money is just the result of doing the right thing. Leia, di ba, especially for those people na nakikinig right now sa atin, kung ikaw ay isang empleyado, if you're doing the right thing, money will just follow. Don't focus too much with the money. Focus on upgrading your skills, upscaling, building your skills. And when you become a master of it, then bonus part na lang yung money. Pero ang pinaka-reward dito, Leia, is the journey. Because yung character, na-test yung character mo, na-test yung competence mo, na-test everything. Pero hindi ka bumigay. Hindi ka nag-quit. You build all those skills along the way, and then you're just actually earning because you did the right thing. Ayun.
Very inspiring, Sir David, and we are encouraged lalo na hindi lang tayo nasa field ng sports, but then yung optimize our time, being the best, no, or upgrade your skills. Yan, mga those are things, no, na hindi or are priceless. Tama po ba, Sir?
Yeah, priceless.
Yung sir, na-mention mo kanina na syempre yung mga athletes natin, they get old, no? And syempre temporary lang yung mga inexperience nila na success. And how about, sir, no, yung tips ninyo, how can they prepare, no, for life, no, after sports?
Okay, well, number one, you need to create a business. If your name become a business, then that's gonna be a really good business itself. Diba? Kasi series of partnerships. It's like if you won, let's say for example, you won a Miss Universe, you won a supernatural or supranational. Like, diba? These are pageants, right? Okay? And that's very highly competitive then. So build a business within your name. Because your name, if your name is trustworthy, other businesses or brands would like to be associated with you. Diba? Another thing, if you have the capacity to create a business right now while you're doing the training, before you retire, kasi that will set you for life. Meron akong kakilala. He's been doing a lot of things already for about 30 years. And then when he was very young, he started buying real estate. And then, nakapag-build siya ng real estate in the prime location. 30 years sa may QC. And then right now, nabili yung mismong place niya ng 100 million. Imagine that, Leia. Yung binild up mo last 30 years, nagbunga right now. And if you're an athlete right now, you look for, alam mong pinaka-best asset mo right now is your connections. You seek guidance, connections from everybody, and you look for people na they're very willing to sell a very minimal properties and all. And then, who knows? 30 years from now, 10 years from now, alam ko, very short lang ang time span ng ating mga athletes today. So, probably 5 years to 10 years. If you're well-guided, I can guarantee you, make a name. And then your name turns into a business. Your business creates money. And it will overflow sooner or later. Pero don't mismanage that. Kasi meron tayong mga atletang Pinoy na overwhelmed with the income. And sad to say, they are working in a regular job right now because they weren't able to, alam mo yun, I've heard at least 10 million, site na mismanage nila. Sad to say, they're currently working in a normal job. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Working in a normal job, pero the opportunity of a lifetime was there. Pero it's a huge tuition fee, Leia. It's a huge tuition fee. 10 million and nawala lahat yon. It's a very sad story. Pero, ayun nga, again, wag ka na dapat. Okay? And there's an opportunity for you na not to repeat that scenario. Kaya, building a business while it's still young, meron tayong mga alam, mga franchise, mga around 50,000 pesos, 20,000 pesos. Pero if you, okay, are well-guided, alam mo, ang maganda sa mga atletang Pinoy, they're very coachable. Kasi they have coaches most of the time. No, don't do this, don't do that. They're very coachable. As long as you're coachable, I can guarantee you, whether you're actually at the sunset of your career as an athlete, as long as you're very coachable, that particular small business will turn into a huge one dahil you're always listening. Yan ang pinakamagandang nare-receive natin right now from some of the athletes that we've known. In the past, right now, na active, and right now, na nag-retire na, they're doing pretty well. And yung mga connections nila, very, that's more than a gold medal, Leia. That's more than a gold medal because these people, kakilala nila, and they introduce a certain businesses, nag-partner sila, and right now, they're earning tons of money. It might not be $1 million right now, but it's a 6-figure income every single month by tying up with them. Ayun.
Maraming salamat, Sir David, no? This is a encouragement to us, lalo na sa mga young ones, no? Not just to be later na maging athlete or be the athlete, but at the same time, sir, good manager siguro.
Yes.
Rewards. Lahat. I mean, we are not talking here lang ng finances, but at the same time, yung time at saka yung energy natin.
True.
And even yung connections, yung relationship. Yes, Sir David. Marami kaming na-learn ngayon sa ating topic. And I hope na sa ating mga listeners and viewers, ma-apply nyo rin ito, no? Sa inyong trabaho, sa inyong life, sa inyong journey. And looking forward, Sir David, for more
Yes.
Topics dito. Maraming salamat. We are encouraged, we are inspired today, and busog na busog. Hindi na yung mind namin, but at the same time, yung puso namin to have a heart now para sa ating mga athletes, to pray for them, and naway mapayaman pa nila yung kaalaman nila sa pag-handle ng kanilang mga resources.
Thank you.
This was Stephen, and saludo ko kami sa iyong ginagawa.
Thank you so much then, Leia, and thank you so much as well for the DYBS team. And mabuhay kayo guys. Sorry. So, one last. Ang tawag nito, if you're an athlete right now and you would like to learn more, then please add me up on Facebook and send me a message. I'll be happy to give you free advice that will help you strongly and at the same time help you ma-prevent yung mga certain risks at the end of the day. So, again, maraming salamat, Leah, and your DYBS team. Okay, God bless to all of you guys. All right, see ya.
Thank you, Sir David. And sa imo madala apya, no? Salamat, Git, no?